If I say some things about me, I promise they will be all facts. So let me tell you about myself, even though you never asked. I just want to step right up for all of the world to see. So here's five things about me.
5 Things About Me was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Thank you again for showing up to another episode of 5 Things About Me. I'm your host, Grasskingdoms. Yeah, clap you idiots. I just woke up from a nap. Boy, do we have a great show for you tonight. First off performing, we got my in-house band, Benny Higgins and the Alamo Dancers. Woo-hoo. Settle down. Their new album fucking sucks. After that, we got my favorite actor, Dirks J. Reinhold on the couch. Woo, yeah, you clap, but you guys are gonna fucking hate him after you see his movie. It's terrible. All of it is awful. And last but not least, we got a once-in-a-lifetime interview with a real life shark. All right, that's enough. Settle down. Shut the fuck up. All of you, shut the fuck up. You excited about the show, Benny? Every day is a never-ending stream of dread. Time keeps moving forward, and no man, animal, or woman will escape the constant lowering of life's threshold. Oh, come on, Benny. It's not that bad. The dead are the lucky ones, for they departed before they had a chance to meet fate at the hands of the machine overlords or the ultimate programmer themselves. How about a song, Benny? Why is that song always stuck in my head? I've never even watched an episode of Sanford and Son before. Hi, everybody. I'm grasskingdoms, and I wanted to throw this video together just so I can introduce myself a little bit better to the interwebs. I'm going to give you 5 little quick facts about myself, just so you get a better idea of who I am, outside of all the memes and songs about Jewish guys that fucking suck at Googling. So with that being said, let's get it started. Number 1, my real name is Noah. And yes, I was the inspiration for the story about the guy with the boat and all the animals and 2x2x2x2x2. I don't really read much, so I haven't actually read the text, but I did see the movie that came out back in like 2014. The only negative thing I have to say about that movie, and granted it is a movie about me, but the only negative thing that I have to say about it is, why did they cast Russell Crowe? I think that if they were going for someone more like me, they probably should have cast someone like Jason Momoa or The Rock. I think that would have been a much better casting idea than Russell Crowe. He's kind of a dickhead. But, the movie got made. I'm just happy that it's out there. But for some reason, I've never gotten a check from it. Where the fuck are my residuals, Darren? 2, I've been a musician forever. I used to write songs before I ever played any instruments. I would write lyrics to like my favorite songs on the radio, and I would just hop around my room like I was Fred Durst, having a hell of a time. I got my first guitar on September 29th, 2003. That's 10 days after my 14th birthday, and I spent my entire high school career being the guy who just played guitar. I brought it with me everywhere. I had a little amp that I would strap to my waist. I was that kid at school. I didn't have any friends. I just had guitar strings. That's the only thing that I ever got to put my hands all over. Women weren't into me. My senior year of high school, I joined this band called Bring Forth the Enemy. I played bass for them, and that was kind of my first step into writing music with other people, performing, being in the studio, and kind of having these ideas in my head be able to be put out. So eventually the band did break up, but by that point I was already deep into like composing on my computer. I was making tons of music, and I kind of figured that I would either rock it solo or I would find another band of dudes to jam with, and never really found that band, just kind of kept going it solo. And I was really into metal my entire childhood and up till I was about 19, which is the first time I started smoking copious amounts of weed every single day. Which kind of leads me to my next point. 3, the name Grasskingdoms has nothing to do with pot. I do totally live life 365, 420 blaze it all day. I can roll a blunt in record time. Pow! But the name has nothing to do with that. It actually comes from a poem I wrote back in the day. And in about 2011 or so, I penned the name Grass Kingdoms. To me, the name Grass Kingdoms means starting with your kingdom from the grass up, building your empire from nothing to something much bigger and better. Kingdoms take a really long time to build, but everything starts from the grass. So if you're able to kind of recognize the beginning versus now versus where you want to be, it to me personally, it kind of helps me push forward and helps me be better when I'm able to look at everything I've done and everything I want to do and everything I have yet to do. It's just a constant reminder of where I once was and what I once had versus what I have now. And that shit helps me push. It helps me be better. And it just helps me to be out here creating shit like this for all of you lovely people on the interwebs, everybody on the YouTubes and the Instagrams and the Twitters and the Reddits and everywhere else. So Grass Kingdoms is kind of like a nothing to something type name. That's what it comes from. And again, if you want to smoke me out, let's fucking party. But that's not what the name comes from. So that's not really, I get that a lot. People are like, oh man, you must smoke a lot of pot. And I go, yeah, totally. But it's more than that, homie. But 420. 4. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been here about 6 years. And I do have sort of a newfound respect for Southern culture and Southern personalities. But I fucking hate country music. Don't get me wrong. Dolly is a queen. We must protect her at all costs. And I would never say these opinions to Waylon's face. He was a wild motherfucker. And as much as I like Willie Nelson, the person, I've never heard a single song by him. And if we're being honest here, these braids are way more Wednesday Addams than they are Willie Nelson. Synthesizers are way cooler than acoustic guitars, and I will die on this hill. 5. So I didn't grow up in Nashville. I actually grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. And I rep the Bird Gang to the fullest, from the 623 to the 602 to the 480 to the 520. Us Phoenicians, we bring the fucking heat. Everything I do is at least 14 degrees hotter than the average person. My blood boils, and I owe all of that to being raised in a motherfucking oven. I love Mexican food, Mexican women, and I've never owned a winter coat. And if you can't roll with that, you can just take your ass back home with your gloves and your campfires, okay? I don't need that. This summer ain't shit to me. I grew up with the heat. But I don't live there anymore. Fuck that place. You should move. It's way too fucking hot. So there you go. 5 little facts about me. If you like it, please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, do all the YouTube things that other YouTube people tell you to do, but do it to my channel as well. If you want to buy some merch, if you want to sign up for my Patreon, I have links below in the description. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to put the list of all my Patreon people over here. It's not a big list, but hopefully it'll be bigger in the next video. So yeah, I really plan on doing a lot more video content this year. So yeah, anything you like, anything, just feel free to reach out to me on social medias. Let's have a conversation. Thank you for watching. I love you. Bye-bye. 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 Have a wonderful weekend.